Hey guys, so it is Friday, which is not Monday, which means I'm actually getting my stuff done before I need to get it done, which is weird. But this requires me to do that like ahead of time. So today we will be making ice cream, specifically strawberry rhubarb ice cream, which I don't actually have a recipe for strawberry rhubarb ice cream. So we're experimenting a little bit and we'll see what happens. So this is my rhubarb, and because rhubarb is very tough typically, I decided to cook it down a little bit before I incorporated it into the strawberry mixture. And basically this is about 1.5 cups of chopped rhubarb, peeled also just in case, because I didn't want it to be really fibrous when I was doing this. And I'm going to add to that 1.5 cups of strawberries. And regardless of whether or not you were using just like straight strawberries or strawberries and rhubarb, you would be combining these things in a saucepan, medium, non-reactive. To that we're going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar and just a pinch of salt, which was already in that bowl. So I don't have a potato masher here, and the one that I do have probably wouldn't be well suited to this task, but I do have a ladle. So I'm going to mash together the strawberries and the rhubarb and the sugar and salt. And it says to be gentle, but I don't really know how you gently mash anything. So that's kind of what that looks like mashed. I ended up switching to a fork. I would recommend an actual mashing implement if you were to recreate this, but we're just going to set this aside for about 40 minutes and let it hang out. We'll give it a stir every so often. We want to let the sugar dissolve. So now we are going to combine 1 1/4 of a cup of whole milk and to that we will add 1 1/3 of a cup heavy cream and a 1/2 cup of sugar. And we're going to also just add about a pinch of salt to that. And we are going to heat that about 175 degrees. This is my handy dandy handy thermometer. And in the meantime, we are going to take 6 egg yolks, and add a 1/4 cup of sugar. So we're just going to mix those guys up. Great sound it makes. So you continue whisking until you get kind of a pale yellow mixture. Just wanted to point out the setup that I have over here. This is a bowl of ice water, another bowl, and a strainer set into the top bowl so that once I'm ready to strain my custard, I can do it immediately into this bowl and then cool it to room temperature with the aid of the ice water. So we are at about 175 degrees. You may be able to see we are steaming slightly, so we're going to add about 1/2 of this mixture to our yolks, 1/2 cup at a time. Unfortunately, the oven is very hot right now, which means that the surface of the stove is also very hot, and I'm wary of putting this plastic item on it. So here we're just tempering our yolks, bringing them up to the heat that we need so we can safely mix them back into that cream milk mixture without our yolks cooking, which would be gross. So, about where we want to be. I'm going to set this over here. We're going to reincorporate the yolk mixture into the cream mixture. And at this point, we're going to keep this going constantly so that we do not get cooked yolks. So at this point, we want our mixture to reach about 180 degrees, and we're going to keep it moving constantly. When it hits that point, we're going to strain it immediately into our setup bowls and allow it to cool. So here we have our resting strained custard, and it's just going to hang out. We're going to keep stirring it to help it cool. We want it to hit room temperature. Okay, so our berries have been hanging out for about 40 to 45 minutes, so we are going to go ahead and cook them a little bit. We're going to go to a medium-high heat and just stir them around a little bit. And the goal is to break them down. The rhubarb has kind of fallen apart, but the strawberries are definitely still very solid. As you can see, our berries have broken down a lot. Can't even really identify where the rhubarb was in here. And we basically just have a lot of liquid. So now we are going to take our burner heat and strain these into this bowl. So obviously we want to move these around, make sure that we get all of our juices out, but reserving our solids. Now, because I have rhubarb in here, I have decided that I'm not going to keep the solids to put them into the ice cream at the end of the churning process. Now that our custard is cooled to room temperature and our juices have been strained from our strawberries and rhubarb, we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir that in, and then the remaining strawberry and rhubarb juice, I should say. As you can see, we have a nice pink color and a thick consistency, and we are going to cover this in plastic wrap, flush to the surface so we don't form a skin, and we will refrigerate it until we hit 40 degrees. That's basically it for now, and we'll see you in 3 to 24 hours.
This is the ice cream maker. It's really loud. But we're going to leave this going for about 18 minutes, and we're going to take a glance at it and see what's going on. Obviously right now everything is very liquid, but we will soon see some burning of the custard. And finished. Now I know this looks like soft serve. Maybe go in the sun, we'll get a better view of this. But that's because it needs to firm up a little more in the freezer. But I am an adult, and when I was at my adult coronation ceremony, when I turned 18, I was given the right to eat ice cream for breakfast. So I'm gonna do that. And I hope this was informative or interesting or something other than boring. And I will see you next week. Bye.
Hey guys, so today is Friday, and that's right, I'm filming the Friday before Monday.
Kinda looks like a butt.